Hey everyone, it's Flak. Battlefield 1's Apocalypse DLC is just around the corner, and many players are wondering which new weapons will make it into the expansion. I've examined a ton of World War I era weapons, ranging from prototypes to those that actually made it into the field, and I've made a short list of those I think we're most likely to see added in Apocalypse. So here are my 9 top picks and the reasons why we'll see them in Battlefield 1. For the Assault class, I think the easy choice is one of the early prototypes for the iconic Tommy gun, called the Thompson Annihilator. The first Annihilators fired from 20-round magazines at a terrifying rate of around 1,500 rounds per minute. They lacked rear sights and buttstocks, hampering their accuracy. The first batch of Annihilators were actually complete by the end of World War I, but never saw combat. Battlefield 1 has a reputation of not being afraid of prototype weapons, or even those that were never fielded. The Annihilator fits the bill, although the weapon's rate of fire tops even the Automatico or the new M1912 P16. This could be offset in Battlefield 1 with poor accuracy, or the developers could dial back the rate of fire to one more appropriate for a later model, say 700 rounds per minute. This would carve a niche in the current available assault weapons. The Thompson also has a long history with the Battlefield franchise. It's appeared in Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield Bad Company 2, and Battlefield 1942. Many longtime fans would be interested in seeing the lineage of one of their favorite weapons. The second potential pick for the Assault class also has a history with Battlefield, the Winchester Model 1887. This lever-action shotgun was present in Battlefield Hardline and does bring some new characteristics to the range of shotguns in Battlefield 1. The Model 1887 would be the first lever-action shotgun in Battlefield 1, giving developers the ability to balance reload and rate of fire with damage models. This could provide a new experience for Battlefield 1 players, different from pump-action or semi-automatic shotguns. The gun also has some star power. It's the same used by Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and it has a pretty cool reload. For medics, I expect to see DICE add the Meunier A6 rifle. This semi-automatic rifle actually made it to the trenches, and test reports were favorable. Interestingly, the weapon had a fixed magazine, but variable magazine extensions. Extensions were made in 5, 10, or 15-round capacities, and the Meunier was loaded via 5-round stripper clips. Unfortunately, there's no data on the weapon's rate of fire, but a 15-round magazine makes the Meunier a compelling medic weapon in Battlefield 1. This puts the gun between the Shea Rigatti and the new Farquhar Hill in the medic weapon meta. Additionally, the stripper clip reload allows players to reload the weapon with individual rounds or in 5-round increments. That's a lot to play with from a weapon balance standpoint and makes the gun feel more unique. As for the support class, I predict developers will add the Burton light machine rifle. Other classes have seen some crossover weapons. The medic class has the Fedorov Automat, the Assault class has the new M1917 trench carbine, and the Scout has the M1903 experimental. There's nothing similarly compelling for the support class, and the Burton LMR is that answer. The rifle was select fire with an intermediate cartridge, the same fired from the medic class Model 1907 SL. The Burton LMR had a fire rate of 800 rounds per minute and was loaded from 2 top-mounted 20-round box magazines. After one magazine was emptied, the gunner had to remove or reposition the empty magazine and slide the second magazine into position. If the Burton LMR found its way into Battlefield 1, it would have the highest rate of fire for a support class weapon. This would of course be offset by the unique loading system and the intermediate cartridge. The weapon could also mount a bayonet, which would be a first for the support class. Although a compelling weapon, the Burton LMR never actually saw combat. For Scout players, I'd expect to see the Canadian Ross rifle added to Battlefield 1. The Ross rifle fired from a 5-round internal magazine and was exceptionally accurate, but unreliable in the trenches. It could be loaded via stripper clips and was a favorite of legendary sniper Francis Pegamagabo, who already has a weapon skin named after him in-game. Battlefield 1 has only one other straight-pull rifle, the Gewehr M95, which reduces competition from other bolt actions in the game. The Ross also has ties to the Hewitt rifle for the support class, which is comprised largely of Ross rifle parts. The other reason I expect to see the Ross rifle added in Apocalypse is the probable inclusion of maps featuring the Canadian Army like Passchendaele or Vimy Ridge. DICE could also add the American M1917 Enfield rifle. Although it's another bolt-action rifle, it featured a superior iron sight on the rear receiver. This would provide Battlefield 1 players with a visually distinct sight picture, which was also said to be faster and more accurate than other rifles from the same era. DICE could explore balancing options by using a faster ADS time. In a strange quirk, it fired from a 6-round internal box magazine, but could be loaded with a 5-round stripper clip plus a spare round. The M1917 Enfield was America's primary rifle in World War I. For pilots and tankers, the American M1903 would offer crews their first bolt-action option for the class. The rifle was cut down from the Springfield M1903 and fitted with a 25-round fixed magazine. Sighted in for 100 yards, the weapon's effectiveness would be limited in range for Battlefield 1 and easier to balance. The vehicle classes are primarily equipped with short-range weapons like the Frommer Stop Auto or the double-barrel shotgun, so adding a bolt-action carbine would offer players more variety. For cross-class pistols, I think developers will add the Nambu pistol to Battlefield 1. Within the name of the SAR, DICE added 2 slow pistols to the field of available sidearms with the Obrez and Nagant revolver. The semi-automatic Nambu is quite the opposite with an 8-round magazine. Developers recently added the Japanese Arisaka with turning tides, so why not add a Japanese pistol as well? If DICE elects to add another revolver, the American M1917 would be my suggestion. The 6-round revolver loads via 2 half-moon clips, a reload not yet featured in Battlefield 1. The quicker reload could be used to uniquely balance the weapon in relation to the other available revolvers. It was officially adopted by the U.S. Army to supplement another weapon featured in Battlefield 1, the venerable M1911. Again, there are undoubtedly a ton of other potential weapons we could see added in Apocalypse, but after careful consideration, I think these have great potential to bring something new to Battlefield 1. What are your thoughts on my selections? Tell me in the comments, and be sure to tell me what you'd like to see added with Apocalypse in the video description. A special thanks to Ian at Forgotten Weapons and Othnius at C&R Arsenal, who do a great job uncovering the details of these obscure firearms. Be sure to check out their links in the video description as well. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share on social media like Facebook and Twitter, and be sure to subscribe. To take your Battlefield 1 game to the next level, check out the Battlefield 1 Ultimate Utility app with a link in the video description. Thanks for watching.
You want me to patch your wounds?